Hello folks, Jonathan Milam here. They're all wonderful, but this is another wonderful trumpet. This is a Scodwell. I think they call this the standard. Might call it, some call it the Las Vegas, but I think it's listed as the standard. Very, very impressive horn. Kudos to Tony Scodwell, who is not only a great trumpet player, but a master trumpet maker. I really like this horn. It's got a live bell as well. I generally go for lightweight bells, light horns. This is a little heavier bell, but boy, it's got such a rich carrying quality. Right away, I'll get into playing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to demo several mouthpieces, from very large trumpet flugel pieces to semi-lead commercial type sound. I think I've got about 7 mouthpieces. Very quickly then I'll go back to the average mouthpiece, which I'm starting with, which is a Warburton 6MC. Great cup. I really like the MC mouthpiece that Warburton puts out. I will compare it to a lightweight 43 Strad and also to a Stradivarius with the SterlingSilver Plus bell. And that'll give you an idea. Really, probably the richest sounding horn that I have at the moment is the Stradivarius Sterling Silver Plus bell. I played for my kids a few days ago and my daughter said, "Wow, that's really nice." And then I picked up the Scodwell and played it and she said, "That's really nice too." So very rich sounding horn to my way of thinking. Okay, gonna start off with as I mentioned, the Warburton 6MC, using a 4 backbore with this, and then we'll go much larger, legit piece, and move on up towards the commercial sound as well. We'll work on Summertime. Okay, now I'm warmed up. I had to try that again, but I won't. Okay, we'll go right away to a tremendous trumpet flugel mouthpiece. This is Bob Reeves C2J. Trying to get that so that it shows back there. It's, I believe, an 11 drill, which is about what some smaller tenor trombone mouthpieces have. Huge V cup on this thing. For the maximum in a dark sound, Reeves C2J with the Scodwell Classic. Okay, some details about the horn. I know I've watched YouTube videos where Tony Scodwell is working with horns, and he'll put the brace in a certain place, and he'll back off and play it, and he usually has a friend there that's listening as well. And he'll say, "Was that it? Was that it?" And the guy will say, "No, I liked it the way it was before." And they go back and forth, but he really does put a premium on brace placement. Now, you can see this is set up very close to the edge of the tuning slide, and then this brace is back. So he's not looking for uniformity. He's looking for the sweet spot. And another thing that I noticed, the brace, the bell to lead pipe brace is, I think, the lowest I've seen on any horn that I've had in a long time. Here's a Strad, and it's also a standard lead pipe setup. The bells are equal here, and you can see how much higher the brace is on the Strad, how much lower it is on the Scodwell Classic. Most people, their philosophy is you want to get that brace way up so the bell can vibrate. Not sure how Tony worked it, but he gets a very live bell, a very vibrant, penetrating, yet rich sound. And it again has to be with his placing the brace, listening, and knowing his stuff. The bell is annealed. He does the annealing himself. The valve block, I believe, is Carroll brass. Might be mostly Carroll brass parts. The Venturi, I believe he takes credit for. But, and I've probably had 15 or 20 Carroll brass horns, and I like Carroll brass horns. The Scodwell is not your classic Carroll brass. It is a custom horn by a very gifted, custom-making trumpet player and horn maker. Very impressive. 460 bore, 23 gauge is the bell size. Mono pistons, I'm not sure. I think these are stainless, actually. And the price, I think one of the few places that sells it new is $31.62. I think usually they go for about $34.50, so that might be the internet discount price, just a bit over $3,000. Worth it, if any horn is, I would say. Okay, I'm going to do another trumpet flugel, but this one is much more modest. At times I've said this is really a soloist mouthpiece. If you're in a reasonable sitting arrangement, you can do just about anything with this horn, but it leans dark. However, you can light it up. It is small enough. It's the Trent Austin Trumpet Flugel, TATF, with the Scodwell Classic. Okay, now we'll go to a legit piece. This is a Reeves 42B. Really like this piece. Got a C trumpet here a while back, and this piece just, it's the best, I think, for that C trumpet. And I've used it for a long time on these demos. If you're at a wedding and you're going to be playing the Lord's Prayer, you've got the Reeves 42B or your legit mouthpiece, and you've got the Scodwell Classic. Maybe this is what it'll sound like. If you're getting paid, I hope you sound better. But anyway, for a comparison. Okay, that's the legit piece. Now, we're going to move upwards towards some more commercial sounds. This is 64 GR64, medium shallow. Nice piece. I'll play a little bouncier number, a little more in the upper register, so you can get an idea what this would sound like if you're in a commercial setting, leaning towards a lead sound. Okay. Now, I've got another mouthpiece which I don't play very often. Pulled it out today for the first time in a long time. It is a Yamaha Custom. Really, I think these are made so well. This one is well tarnished. It's not actually black. That should be kind of a satin silver color. Definitely nice gold cup. And if I remember correctly, they ran that gold all the way down the backbore to the bottom of the mouthpiece. Oh, 11, it's not a C, it must be a D. The print on it is so hard for me to read. Let's see. 11B4 is what it says. It's a little shallower than a C. Nice trumpet. I thought it sounded good with this. Kind of, again, between a legit and a slightly lead sound. Okay, we've got one last piece, and that is, again, it is a GR64MS, but it does have GR's #1 backbore, a little more of a stressed commercial, leaning towards a lead type sound. I actually have a GR lead mouthpiece. I pulled it out earlier today. I just don't use it often enough to be able to play on it and do justice to it. But this will, again, give you an idea of sound if you're leaning towards a commercial sound with this trumpet. All right, that's the gamut. I've got a few more mouthpieces, but not a whole lot more variety. And with these, the last 3-4 that I played, the Yamaha 11B4, the GR64 at the medium backbore, and then with the #1 backbore. It's very funny, depending on how your speakers are set up, there is a difference in sound. It is minute. Now, between these mouthpieces and the Reeves C2J, the very deep trumpet flugel, there's a lot of difference there. All right, folks. Oh, my lands, I almost forgot. I've got some horns here that I was going to compare. Okay, what are we doing? 14 minutes? We can go just a little bit longer. Oh, I'll stick with this Yamaha 11B4. Play just a moment with this, then I'll skip to the Strads, give you an idea to compare. We'll go back to summertime. All right, that's the Scodwell. You've already heard it before. And here I've got a Bach 43 lightweight bell and lightweight body. I do have an aftermarket MK tuning slide that's bronze on there. And really gives a little more, well, it removes it from a complete lead type setup. Gives it a little more core, I actually think. And definitely a slightly darker sound. And real quickly, the Scodwell as a comparison. Now, just a couple of more things. The first line of the comments, if I've got any horns for sale, and I do have a couple for sale at the moment. Not sure when you'll be seeing this vid, but anything that I've got for sale, I'll always list those at Trumpet Herald first. And if you also go down to the comments, go to the bottom, hit more, I'll have all of these videos that'll be little icons there, and you can pick the one you want to hear. It'll go from mouthpiece to mouthpiece. That way you can make your way through the video, and where it looks like we'll probably be running about 20 minutes, you'll have about 30 seconds of playing if you hit all of the... It's what it feels like sometimes. You probably have about 4 or 5 minutes of playing. Okay, now a very impressive horn. I do like it the more I play it. It is the Stradivarius with the SterlingSilver Plus. They tell me it's 99.9% silver and very thick, very thick. Unfortunately, it's a dead bell, but sounds live when you play it well enough. I'll play this real quickly, then I'll just once again hit the Scodwell and we'll call it a night. And the Scodwell real quickly. I really am impressed with this horn, and I'm not impressed with it because I'm getting ready to sell it so I can get more money if I'm impressed with it. I think I'm going to hang on to this one for a while. I'm trying to get down to mostly all Stradivariuses, and eventually I will probably let this thing go. But I tell you what, I just feel it's got such a rich sound, and I've got as good a range on it as any horn I've ever played. Open feel. He does say this is a square slide. I guess it's a little more squared than the traditional D slide of the Stradivarius. Let's see. And this is kind of a D slide by MK. A little more bow to that, I would have to say. Frankly, I like the square. I've got a... Here it is. I've got a square slide from MK that is SterlingSilver. like this, but it only works with standard weight Strad, so I can't use it with my Sterling Silver Plus or the lightweight. But I really, really, I like those square slides. And I think if you get a square slide with bronze or nickel silver or sterling silver, it really exaggerates, it forces the air through that slide, and I think it amplifies the difference in tonality that you get between metals. All right, that's my 2 cents. Take care of yourself, folks, and take care of someone near you.